Switching it up and going with the French tonight. Scores. Buffalo scores. Fuck. Brutal. All right, 1-1. Cole Caulfield, assist by Suzuki and Slavkovsky. That top line finally gets something going. Started late, just like the Habs. We're good though. Caulfield, 0 5-on-5 goals in the first 5 games of the Tampa Bay series. Finally broke through, now delivering in Game 5 of the Buffalo series at the most critical moment. Nothing wrong with that. Sabres score.
Et c'est Josh Doan qui redonne les bons sorts. Lors de voir la séquence de la première vue sur un autre revirement de la part du Canadien. Ça avait été le cas sur le but. L'œil,
Scores. 2-2. 2-2, just like that. Crazy game. Doan scores at 7:45. Tessier answers at 7:54. 9 seconds. 4 goals in 8 minutes of Game 5. Montreal's out shooting Buffalo 10-3. Yeah, I don't know if that's NHL history. I could be wrong, I'm not oh, man. What the fuck was that? This is a track meet. This is not what Montreal wants. I didn't even see how that went in. Oh, just beat him clean. Dobeš not Dobeš tonight. Oh, bad. Not good, not good, not good. Hellenius, first playoff goal. Five goals in 10 minutes here. Buffalo's shooting at 75%. 3 goals on 4 shots. Buffalo breakaway. No penalty. Brutal. This game's already crazy. Barn is pretty crazy in Buffalo. Yeah, I'm scared for Montreal too. They're first goal in his second career playoff game for Consta Hellenius. 4:37 to go. Buffalo definitely has woken up offensively. 7 shots now after starting with just 4. Still trailing in shots 10-7, but closing Montreal. Montreal winning 71% of the faceoffs, but still can't make them shake. Montreal winning 71% of faceoffs and still chasing the game, it looks like. Relax.
With a smile, but man, that's just a dangerous play. Coming right across off the road right there.
Get the French fries going. Rally fries.
Looks like they brought a couple ringers. Nice stick to get in deep. Come on, Dougie, you get a back chair. Jeremy's there. Harry can finally drink it. Oh.
Is that trench coat from Winners? I love that. Is that Winners? Oh, I love those shoes. I'd rather have red Winners.
In the pregame show, talking about the confidence that Ponce de Helleduce carries himself with. He has not looked out of place since coming into the lineup last game. Josh Jones said he has the perfect
All right.
swagger and respect. He does not overstep in the room with the young guy who hasn't played much in the league, but apparently the older guys love him. Doesn't sit quiet in the corner. Loves being involved in the chatter. Has been involved in the scoring here in Game 5. Youngest Sabres since Pierre Turgeon to find the back of the net in the playoffs.
Well, that's all of his company. I don't remember a young guy in the middle of playoffs coming in and then getting left before the media and looking as confident, cocky, comfortable, whatever, as he was the other day, and then he backed it up with a terrific debut performance.
He's played 11 games in the AHL playoffs and just scored 5 goals, 9 points. So there's where some of that confidence comes in those 3 games. He seems to be able to handle well.
I think everybody was a little shocked. He played, 12-35 in Montreal on the road in the dying minutes of a tight 1-goal game. And
for Lindy Ruff. He trusted him, put him there, and that's got to make you feel unbelievably good. You walk into a scenario, one thing playing 9 games with a team during the regular season, but you're coming in when it matters the most with a game that you have to win, and the head coach is putting you out there in those key moments. If you have any kind of confidence in yourself, that'll cough it up even more so, and it looks like it's paying off, at least so far, for Lindy Ruff.
Probably calculated they only played 9 because he's a rookie and we're going to protect the turf here of his entry levels. But now we're getting to the postseason where
Play on. That's all that matters.
business is winning still in the playoff game. There he is behind the net around where Matheson has been knocked down. Byram on the puck trying to spring away from Texier. Byram with a quick turn. Covering the point is Travis. Travis can't get it through. Byram tied up there by Texier. Still stays on it. Next point there.
Habs are not playing their game, and Buffalo is playing like Habs game better than the Habs are. That's my diagnosis so far.
Well, everybody else gets up.
2 guys who are exhausted, Matheson and Thompson. They never even touched the puck, never were close to it, but they literally battled and danced in the free, trying to box out and get positioning that entire offensive zone time. Those are tough minutes.
Really up ahead, Demidov, the Calder Trophy runner-up, the Matthew Schaefer in after the puck. Threw up there on the board chest, trying to come up with it, but it's Paladins playing ahead. And Jack Clint's got speed. Jason Zucker over the line. Back for Clint. And goalie.
Apologies for eating on stream. I haven't eaten dinner, so.
Rasmus Dahlin. Tied up there by Evans, but back in the puck is Clint.
Get the puck out, guys. God, what the fuck? Buffalo's swarming. Oh. Any more of that and they're done.
Final minute, first period as it bounces down again and in after the Sabres. Tucked in the corner, trying to come up with it. Right back to the line for Power. And across, it's kicked away by Dobeš. Greenway on the doorstep. Now Matheson. Back across. Really knocked up in front of the Montreal bench and played back in. Offside is Greenway. Does some pushing with Doc.
Chris, the battles that are going on in front of the net are just unreal.
31 seconds left in the first.
For Buffalo, you get in the zone, somebody's got to be in front. This time it's Thompson. You try to get the defender to get engaged with you and then spin off at the right time. Now here's the example. Another turnover inside the zone gives a second chance here. Great work by Quinn. A little half pass there, and really just read that perfectly. Got himself so that shot didn't get through. A good effort to create the chance, but Dooley with his body took it away.
For the final half minute. Sent back in and Thompson up the board. Kept the line by Samuelson. Thompson trying to knock it down behind the Montreal net. Caulfield played it, but not up. Goal there at the line, and now it comes out to center. Set ahead, maybe one last chance.
Oh, huge chance. Couldn't get it.
And one done. Terrific opening period of action.
Almost had another late goal, Chris, to tie this thing. Samuelson, who you mentioned, had just a great game for.
Battling a puck, big time. Big stop by Dobeš. Way to get back in the game. Buffalo now out shooting Montreal. Dobeš, like, team does the skaters don't play very well at home. Like they get emotionally overwhelmed at home. But Dobeš does great. And then the team plays well on the road, but Dobeš doesn't do as well. Oh! 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 Hey! I fucking dog. Let's go!
He is the one that makes this possible. But again, you put that pressure, icings matter. Here's why. Great draw by Demidov. He goes to the front of the net and causes some chaos. Takes his defender right into the crease area, and then Hudson does what he does so best. Quick little move around Tuck. And once again, this top line, Tuck and Thompson, get caught in their own zone. Hellenius in that position there. A tap in for Anderson. He scored in game 1 and 2. Did Anderson in these playoffs?
Anderson, 8:01 of the second, 3-3, 28 minutes of scoreless hockey ended by a veteran.
But man, that is Lane Hudson at his best. If you can give him just that little step, a stutter step gets the lane off of Tuck and he delivers it to the tape of Anderson. Hudson now with a 14-point streak. He has points.
No penalties through 28 minutes, 6 goals, all at 5-on-5. This game is something else.
Super sophomore, and Anderson might be looking for more. Back into the Buffalo zone. Dahlin loading him off as he comes back to carry in. In behind the net it goes. Back to carry in once again from Texier. Down the road. Second assist on the goal by Anderson. Dropped off a Buffalo stick. Comes up with it. Huge play there by Texier. Anderson again. And now the Canadiens trying to tilt the ice after Buffalo had the early second period advantage.
Amazing how you just the energy of that goal goes right through your bench.
Here's Demidov here. Shot! Look at it. Rebound knocked down in front. Well, that's as good a chance as Demidov can. And even strengthen his series. Wheeling with it again. Pass across. Good shot there by Newhook. At the line. Thompson fighting to keep it alive, and now the Sabres work it out. Alex Tuck. Checked by Demidov, who comes back. Sabres trying to change. Here come the Canadiens back in. Alex Newhook. He's Evans. Evans trying to get it to the net. Top Byron. Matheson goes up. Lays it in behind the gate. Then he flipped to Evans. Back for Demidov. He returns to Evans. Through Demidov. And it's just missed there. Dealing it on this shift. And now the Sabres strike back. Here's the crowd. Bursting in. Matheson boards him off. That comes back toward the line and cleared away by Doc. Daniels attack medals out at center. Evans got a stick on that. Greenway forced back in. 10 minutes into the second. 3 Sabre leads. 3 drive. Time up for all. There on the forecheck on Allen's side. Racing after it, Milano. Knocked away from him back into the Canadian zone. That's icing Buffalo.
Oh, what a shift for Demidov. Just all over the
All right,
The one thing
we're changing things up here, I think.
is his vision of the ice. A little give and go, but just didn't quite get all of it. The flutter goes by, and Luukkonen able to get it. Beats his man off the boards and tries to go off the short side high, and you know it's going to come. And the frustration level is hard. You know, you're pining for that first playoff goal. You're playing such a big role. He's had such a great season, but that's a solid shift to build off of.
Hasn't scored in 12. It's his longest drought of the season.
All right, this is better. Can listen to the
marqué en première. Il passe à la pointe gauche. Hudson à la pointe droite. Tire de Thompson. Il a raté de près. Retour au cercle gauche. Raté par Caulfield. Ça remonte à la pointe. Déviation. Sortie maintenant. Le rapide Benson. Rattrapé. Hudson a patiné dans sa ligne. Dégage en diagonale. Slavkovski premier au cercle droit. S'approche du but. Le tir dévié. On s'est raté par Caulfield qui descendait à la porte droite du but. Suzuki de retour. Remet à la pointe droite pour Hudson. À la pointe gauche. Voilà Dobson s'approche. Lancé passe en enclave. Tir de Suzuki. Bloqué. Retournement. Un revers de Slavkovski bloqué par le gardien. Dégagement ensuite par les sabres avec un lobe au centre. On cherche Benson. Il a été contré au centre de la glace par Dobson. Suzuki devant les bancs de pénalité. Freine et dégage derrière le but. Zachary Bodzik fraîchement débarqué du banc. Travaille à 1 contre 2 dans le fond de la zone et maintenant 3. Norris amorce la sortie. Interception dans l'enclave. Le tir de Dak. Dévié par-dessus la tête du gardien. Ça frappe le filet protecteur avec 8 minutes 45 à faire à la deuxième période à Buffalo. On a l'égalité. 3-3 qui persiste ici. On s'arrête pour une pause.
Avec le forfait Bon Match de Bell, vous ne raterez rien du soccer cet été.
OK. Fait que tous les bottées, les passes, les buts.
Oui, monsieur.
Même les petits ponts, grands ponts, râteaux, roulettes.
Si vous parlez des feintes au soccer, oui.
Parfait.
Profitez du forfait Bon Match, incluant Téléfibre avec RDS et autres chaînes sportives, plus Internet Fibre 500 pour seulement 99 $ par mois. Inclut un crédit pour auto...
OK. Hudson 9 assists in 13 playoff games. Hey, Louis. My freaking dog. Hudson picks up his 9th playoff assist on Anderson's goal. Montreal now leads in the shot count 15-13, is controlling the game territorially. 3-3 with no penalties through 31 minutes, and the Habs look like the stronger team right now. 9 minutes remain in the second. Next goal could very well decide this one.
Anderson a créé l'égalité, c'est 3-3. On va reprendre à la droite du gardien des Sabres qui voit depuis les quelques instants là, un peu plus de joueurs du Canadien tourner autour de lui. La mise en jeu, c'est perdu par Veleno, c'est le jeune Elenius qui a gagné. On bagarre à 4, presque à la droite, un peu derrière le filet des Sabres de Buffalo. C'est repris par ces derniers, la passe de sortie est bonne. Wayne remet en territoire central. On attaque Elenius. Passe et bas pour Zucker qui a marqué en première période. Il a marqué le premier but du match. Il a perdu. Dak contre-attaque. Devant les bancs de pénalité choisi. Tentative de placement derrière les défenses. Ça lui est revenu. Ça a causé un hors-jeu. Il y a un petit commencement de dispute là. Alors que Verino s'est approché. Un petit peu de bousculade. Les arbitres sont venus se mettre entre les joueurs. Il n'y aura pas de suite à tout ça. À ce stade-ci, on ne veut pas tenter les officiels. Il y a eu 6 buts marqués et aucune pénalité dans cette partie jusqu'à maintenant.
I went in person to
On va reprendre le jeu tout près du gardien.
Game 3.
C'est en fait tout près du banc des pénalités en principe pour la mise en jeu. Je vous rappelle qu'à 21h30 ce soir, les Golden Knights seront à Anaheim pour affronter les Ducks. Et une victoire des Knights les propulserait en finale de conférence. Tage Thompson affrontera Jake Evans à cette mise en jeu face à la ligne bleue des Sabres devant les bancs de pénalité. Tout le monde est prêt. La rondelle tombe, on bagarre, c'est gagné grâce à Demidov. Carrier s'échange avec son partenaire. Matheson fait circuler droit-rouge. On s'est revenu devant. Heureusement, le gardien Lekonen a fermé la porte. Il aurait pu se faire jouer, un peu comme Dobeš au Centre Bell. Bagarre à 4 au cercle.
I can't tell if the feed is ahead of the game that I'm watching or if it's the same, but
descend, s'arrête au cercle. Byron lance. Ça a touché au gardien pour De Guias.
Oh yeah, it's a little bit ahead.
Cherche une passe à la pointe. On avait quitté la position.
The radio.
Gratuit. Timmins va aller chercher la rondelle. Il est attendu par Newell dans sa zone. Rejoint Byron. Byron a perdu. Échec avant de Evans. Evans se fait une passe pour lui-même derrière le filet. Reprend. Sort à la droite. Il passe à la pointe. Carrier s'avance. Le tir passe. Quel arrêt de Conan. Vient de voler un but à Demidov. Ça ne veut pas entrer pour Ivan Demidov.
Quel jeu.
Oh. Il a tout fait cette fois-ci. On s'arrête pour une pause. 3-3. La Buffalo, restez là.
Le fan jam des Canadiens prend vie pour les séries. Le plus...
Game I'm watching, yeah, it's a little bit ahead. That's fine. Oh my god, the fucking...
À Luukkonen là-dessus,
Yeah, I need to
s'est
just
avancé
stop. Keep
rapidement.
muting my mic.
A fermé l'espace
God
avec
damn it.
sa jambière du côté du bouclier.
I realize I'm fucking with fate by they tied it up. They tied it up when I was listening to the English. They tied it up when I was watching the CBC feed, so I gotta stick to that. Oh, big stop by Dobeš. There we go. Let's go! That's a goal. That's a goal. Yeah, that's a goal. Let's fucking go.
Alors,
Boneheaded play by Thompson. Score here, series might be over.
So the Canadiens with the most power play opportunities tonight with just over 2.5 minutes to go.
Scores!
And now Montreal has a 2-goal lead. And tell me about that skate for Thompson to his bench. I mean, he's getting glared out here by Lindy Ruff coming back. I said the importance, you know, there's...
Way to go, Tage. Way to go, bud. Incredible. Singing lessons starting soon at King Bank.
This is our game. The quest begins with the Buffalo Sabres. Win yourself, win at your way. Go behind the scenes with one team all about the hunger for each round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Quest for the Stanley Cup only on NHL YouTube. Chevy Silverado. The family weekend.
The one place you go to go places.
The playoffs almost over?
Believe it or not, we're just getting started. It's round 2. Expect the unexpected. The top contenders, they're done. It's poetry on ice with breezes and intention.
Montreal scored 3 goals in the second period, outshot Buffalo 17. Montreal scored 3 goals in the second period and outshot Buffalo 11-7. Anderson, Evans, Suzuki on the power play after Thompson takes a boneheaded cross check.
Demidov carried time, but you'll see an awful lot of that carrying period. You know, for Buffalo, though, it's your top guys. You got to find a way. Tage Thompson coming off 2 of his best games, 2 goals and 4 points during that little stretch. But he had tough. How do you win a series if you're Lindy Ruff when you go look at the 5-on-5 game, -9, -8, your 2 big
production players. That has to change if Buffalo's staying alive in this series.
Here's Greg Greenway, a little stop and start. That was the first play at the line. And he'll get back in depth by Dobeš.
Watch up to 4 games at once, only with multi-view. Rogers Xfinity. We got you.
How about a youngster in his rookie season here, changing his mind? The early goals against, I mean, that could have overwhelmed another goaltender.
Yeah, big on Dobeš for battling back.
The first game that he's allowed 3 goals against, but Chris, he's gotten his mind and his game back on track after what was an uncharacteristic couple of goals that he let in early on.
Now started the night with the prize fight analogy. He was on the ropes early.
Game completely changed.
And here's a shot fired right on the stick of Samuelson. A rebound to Guerrier. He'll play back inside the line. Demidov back in. The little stutter step when he crashed in the line. It was followed and a penalty coming up. A cross-checking call against the Sabres.
Well, what a period and a half Demidov has had. He just another, his little deceptive moves that he makes on his angles, and it's so hard to come. You're coming down.
Game completely shifted after that big Dobeš save on Thompson in the second.
Lead to stop. Now he knows he's going to get beat. That little shutter step and then the cross check across the shoulder. Ryan gets the contact there. He gets himself up, but the contact was made by the cross check of Rasmus Dahlin.
4 shots for Demidov for the first 2 periods to lead everybody in the game.
Is this the power play that he puts up in the back of the net? He's had himself a heck of a game, hasn't he?
He has hit dangerous through light. Because he didn't get time on the last power play because Suzuki took care of business in 10 seconds. Slavkovsky will take this face off. Up against Greenway. Bounced in front of the net. Take that side with a quick clear.
Habs power play.
Suzuki as they pressure it high. Now Caulfield. Slavkovsky past in front. There's Hudson trying to get in. That goes high. Demidov brings it down at the right point. Staging spots in Hudson. Bring Hudson across. Trying to hit Caulfield. Pass the line. Get back to Demidov. Pushing in. Up off the feet. Samuelson wide of the net. Picks it up again.
Buffalo just really doesn't let the Habs do what they do best on that power play. Like, they work best on the half wall and feeding the point from the half wall and then throwing the puck back to that half wall from a shot point. Here we go. Here's a chance. Scores!
Another power play. Montreal leads 6-3.
I just felt like it was coming, didn't you? The second period alone, there's a smile. A well-liked rookie. What a great season he's had.
And Thompson now trying to provide a little more speed up on that top.
Dahlin's penalty absolutely cost Buffalo again.
Good shit ahead. And inside the line towards Tuck. They say it's onside. Make it loud. Cycles it back to Thompson right on. And Dobeš has got that deep in his net.
A little tinkering, as you mentioned. Krebs gets pulled off there, and McLeod, a player that maybe runs trying to get going as well. The one thing he can do is create some open ice and separation. Thompson had that mindset of
Demidov's first career playoff goal comes on a power play that was drawn because Rasmus Dahlin cross-checked him. The guy who got hit scores the goal. 19 years old, first playoff goal. 6-3 Habs. Keybank is finished. 16 minutes left.
Just past 5 minutes of this third period. Canadiens were trying to do a backhand pass to the point. Delayed it for a second and right off the foot. Even surprised that it took you. And that's why he missed the shot.
I messed up.
More flavors at the table. Dare to expect more from your oven. Frigidaire.
When life gets busy, Speedy Glass can help you cross that chip off your list. Your repair takes less than an hour, and
Chance in the playoffs, which is tied for the most. Jack Quinn's still waiting for his first with 29 chances. Not quite like he put on that replay alone. He's had, what, 5? He's had 5 shots. I think more chances. Someone you can even count his shot. 7 shot attempts in the game. Keeping Gooley back as we hit 7 minutes of this third period. He's good on the start in a comfortable fashion for the Canadiens. Giving up a goal 2 minutes in. That's shot on the right. Goes wide, and Power has it. Swings it into the Power. Talking about Marty's vision of each game and reevaluating. There's Power going back off again. And I like what he said about when you reevaluate your game, you take the score away. And whether you lost, it's not about how much you were.
Oh, there we go.
Mon revenant de Sainte-Hélène, ferme dans ta boîte, laisse-moi donc chanter. Trois beaux canards s'en vont baignant, toucher haut, toucher bas, toucher j'ai pas cela m'a peu. J'ai des vires d'abord, puis j'y touche encore. J'ai vu le loup, le renard, le lièvre, j'ai vu le loup, le renard passer. J'ai vu le loup, le renard, le lièvre, j'ai vu le loup, le renard passer. Trois beaux canards s'en vont baignant, ferme dans ta boîte, laisse-moi donc chanter. Trois beaux canards s'en vont baignant, ferme dans ta boîte, laisse-moi donc chanter. Le fils du roi s'en va chassant, toucher haut, toucher bas, toucher j'ai pas cela m'a peu. J'ai des vires d'abord, puis j'y touche encore. J'ai vu le loup, le renard, le lièvre, j'ai vu le loup, le renard passer. J'ai vu le loup, le renard, le lièvre, j'ai vu le loup, le renard passer. Le fils du roi s'en va chassant, ferme dans ta boîte, laisse-moi donc chanter. Le fils du roi s'en va chassant, ferme dans ta boîte, laisse-moi donc chanter. Avec son beau fusil d'argent, toucher haut, toucher bas, toucher j'ai pas cela m'a peu. J'ai des vires d'abord, puis j'y touche encore. J'ai vu le loup, le renard, le lièvre, j'ai vu le loup, le renard passer. J'ai vu le loup, le renard, le lièvre, j'ai vu le loup, le renard passer. Avec son beau fusil d'argent, ferme dans ta boîte, laisse-moi donc chanter. Avec son beau fusil d'argent, ferme dans ta boîte, laisse-moi donc chanter. Vise à le noir, tu as le blanc, toucher haut, toucher bas, toucher j'ai tout ça m'a peu fort. J'allais bien d'abord, puis j'y touche encore. J'ai vu le loup, le renard, le lièvre, j'ai vu le loup, le renard passer. J'ai vu le loup, le renard, le lièvre, j'ai vu le loup, le renard passer.
Il l'a fait passer d'aplomb, le renard. Merci beaucoup. Merci, mon frère. C'est vraiment très bien fait.
All right, let's bring us home, and then I'm going to get out of here. The final from Buffalo, Montreal 6, Buffalo 3. Montreal leads the series 3-2. One win from the Eastern Conference Finals. Sabres outshoot Montreal 36-26. Win the faceoffs in the third period, outshot Montreal 20-3 in the final frame, but lost by 3 goals. That's this game. That's the series. Let's just go through it quickly, properly. First period was the most chaotic 20 minutes of this series. 5 goals in 10 minutes and 15 seconds. Zucker deflects one at 2 minutes. Caulfield snaps one past Luukkonen at 6:31. Suzuki primary, Slavkovsky secondary on that one. Top line finally gets things going offensively, 5-on-5. Doan slaps one at home at 7:45 off a PowerPoint shot. Then 9 seconds later, Tessier deflects one, answers back. Carrier Deneau setting up that one. It's 2-2. Then Helenius, his second career playoff game, one day after his 20th birthday, wrist one past Dobeš at 10:15. Samuelson and Dahlin assist on that one. Buffalo then led 3-2. After the most insane opening period of this series, Montreal outshot Buffalo 11-9. 0 penalties, but pure hockey chaos. Buffalo shooting 33% in the period. Montreal just 18%. Obvious efficiency gap there. Both teams locked it up for the next 28 minutes. We had 28 minutes of scoreless hockey after what was a wild first opening frame, just first 10 minutes. Both goalies settled in. Nobody took penalties. I thought the entire game changed when in the second period when Dobeš made a huge save on Tage Thompson in front of the net. At that moment I knew Dobeš was good to go, and things started changing there. Anderson breaks it at 8:01 of the second. Hudson primary, Deneau secondary. Ties it 3-3. The veteran winger, a physical presence, the guy that nobody puts in the series highlights, Josh Anderson. From then on, Montreal just completely took over. Outshot Buffalo 11-7 in the second period. Won faceoffs at 63%, and then 9:32. That pretty much decided the game. Slavkovsky high sticks Doan at 12:51. Buffalo kills that power play, back to 5-on-5. Then Evans pokes one home at 16:15. Demidov at the primary assist, Newhook the secondary, 4-3 Montreal. Then Tage Thompson, the dumbest penalty I've seen in these playoffs. Just a complete boneheaded play. Demidov scores 8 seconds later, Suzuki scores seconds later, buries the power play goal at 17:33. That one, Slavkovsky primary, Hudson secondary. Hudson's 10th playoff assist, 5-3 Montreal, 78 seconds, 2 goals. The very same sequence that's been killing Buffalo all series. Take a stupid penalty, give up a goal. Tage Thompson handed Montreal the dagger with his own stick. Then, 2:09 into the third, Dahlin cross-checks Demidov. Then the guy that gets hit scores the power play goal. Wrist shot from the top of the circle. First career playoff goal for the 19-year-old Calder finalist from SKA St. Petersburg. 6-3 Habs. Absolutely poetic. Cross-checks the kid. The kid scores on the power play that results from the cross-check. That's Ivan Demidov's introduction to playoff hockey scoring. Suzuki, 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 points. The captain absolutely delivering in a Game 5 on the road. Slavkovsky didn't put one in himself, but got 3 points on 3 assists. The big Slovak was supposed to be a question mark this postseason, has been everywhere in this series. Demidov finally gets on the score sheet, 2 points, 19 years old, Calder finalist. Schaefer won the trophy unanimously, but Demidov finished second. First career playoff goal on the road. Game 5 with the series on the line. I feel like that's pretty good. Hudson, 10 playoff assists in 14 games. Again, let that sink in. 22-year-old defenseman with 10 assists in his first full playoff run. Norris Trophy conversation starts now if it hasn't already. Dobeš, just unreal. 33 saves on 36 shots. 917 save percentage. Buffalo outshot them 20-3 in the third period, and Dobeš held absolutely firm. His record after a loss in the playoffs is now 5-0. That's 5-0. He doesn't lose consecutive games. After the Game 4 defeat, Luukkonen's 28 save masterpiece, Luukkonen got pulled in this game, and Dobeš came back and won 6-3 on the road. That's how you win in the playoffs. And apart from that, Buffalo's discipline was definitely the story. Thompson cross-check, Dahlin cross-check, Byram slashing, Benson. I saw that earlier. Is that true that Benson got a 10-minute game misconduct? I don't know if I even saw that. 19 penalty minutes? Is that correct? I need to check that. Let that sink in. 22-year-old defenseman with 10 assists in his first full playoff run. Norris Trophy conversation starts now if it hasn't already. And apart from that, Buffalo's discipline was definitely the story. Thompson cross-check, Dahlin cross-check, Byram slashing, Benson. I saw that earlier. Is that true that Benson got a 10-minute game misconduct? I don't know if I even saw that. They won game 2 after losing game 1. They won game 3 after in back-to-backs. They lost game 4, won game 5 by 3 goals on the road.